Hey guys, so this week, Chris Hansen interviewed another one of Onesian's victims. I don't know how many there are out there. I'm afraid that there are more because Vincent has said on Twitter that this whole month of January is all going to be Onesian's victims, and the creators section would be later on in February. And that is scary to think that there are more victims out there than I initially thought. Anyways, so this week, Chris Hansen interviewed Adam. He is a transgender man and he has recently started transitioning. It's not like he has been transitioning for a long time. And during the live stream, you cannot see Adam's face, and it's because of privacy reasons, and which I completely understand, especially considering that multiple times Adam was under fire from the Onision and Kai fan base. I'm just glad that Adam had the courage to do this, because it's hard. It's really hard to talk about a time in your life where you were so vulnerable and were taken advantage of. That's hard. So here is Adam's story. Adam came across Onision through one of his videos when he was 12 years old and had his first contact with Kai when he was 17.
And take me back through the initial conversation with Kai. How did that go? You sent some pictures into the forum, or tell me about that.
So he was on Snapchat. He was like, I'm looking for people to be in my Would I Date You Snapchat edition. Send in your pictures and stuff. Send in your pictures, your age, and your name or your like pronouns or whatever. And I did, and he opened it, and my heart like stopped for a quick second because I was like, oh my God, Kai opened my Snap. And then I received the message a minute later, and he said, hey, I'm so sorry, I opened it too fast. Would you send me another picture again? So I promise you you'll be in the video.
Right. And so were you flattered by that?
I was very flattered.
When Adam got involved with these toxic people, this was around the same time that Adam was accepting the fact that he was transgender and was quite vulnerable at the time, not just because of Adam's age, but also because he was just accepting the fact that he was transgender. Throughout this entire time, Onision wasn't in the picture. It was only Kai. And actually, later on, he says that he was never really interested in Onision, but was interested in Kai. Because even though Adam was young, he kind of knew that Onision was a lot older, and Adam was just interested in Kai and not Onision at all. So the following is Kai talking. It's not Onision.
And so you continue this conversation with Kai. How serious did it get in terms of any sort of romantic interest?
We sent pictures. I know we sent pictures.
And when you say pictures, were they suggestive, romantic? How would you characterize it?
He was like going quote unquote. He's like, he would send me pictures collarbones up, and I would do the same, but you can tell that neither of us was wearing a top at this time. And he would kind of push me for pictures where you could see this area, and I kept going that my dysphoria is through the roof. I don't feel comfortable. But there was a point where I did send him a topless picture where you could see this, but I scribbled this out.
Right. So I can't see you because of the lighting. So you sent a picture at Kai's request to Kai of you topless.
Yes. Because I felt bad because he kind of made me feel bad. He was like, if you really liked me, you would do this. He's like, I promise nobody else would see it. Don't worry about it.
If you really liked me, you would send me a topless photo.
Yes.
If you really liked me, you would do this. That is so fucking gross. That is so gross that an adult would try to do that to any kid, pressuring a kid to send suggestive photos. That is absolutely fucking disgusting. Considering that Adam was a minor, it makes it even fucking worse. And also, Adam has dysphoria. Kai was pressuring a minor to send suggestive photos who also happens to be dysphoric about his body. Wow. Just wow. It's wrong on fucking so many levels. So, all of this was happening. Kai was being manipulative, but Onision wasn't in the picture. But we all know how much Onision just loves three-way relationships with minors.
Wait. So Kai first initiated the discussion about you being in a relationship with both Kai and Onision.
Yes, it was through Snapchat text. And I don't know if it was him or Greg at this point. Like now I look back, I don't even know if it was him. I probably was Greg. He said, "How would you feel if Greg joined our relationship?" And I straight up said, "I'm not comfortable with that. I don't care what people do behind doors." But I personally, in my opinion, I don't want to be in a two-way relationship. I am very comfortable with just being with that one person and that one person only. And at first, they were very, or he was very accepting. He was like, "Yeah, I understand. Don't worry." Later, he kept pushing it more and more, and then he got angry and angrier after that.
So it was either Kai or Greg who was asking Adam to be in a three-way relationship with them. I want to say probably Greg, although I'm not sure about that. It could be either one. And actually, it did not stop the first time that Adam rejected that offer.
Did they get mad at you when you said you didn't want to be in a three-way relationship?
At first, no. But when I kept declining it, they kind of got more annoyed and angry.
And how many times did they come back at you, Adam, and say, "What about this? What about being in a relationship with both of us? What about, being in a relationship with me, meaning Kai, and Greg joining in too?" Did it seem like they were trying to wear you down a little bit?
Yes. The amount of times they asked me, I think I stopped counting after the 8th time.
8th time?
Yeah.
8 fucking times. More than 8 fucking times, Kai/Greg asked Adam to be in a two-way relationship. And Adam was a fucking minor at the time. And just like other victims of Onision would try to fly Adam out to Washington State at their house. All of these victims' stories are so similar to each other.
And did Kai ever say to you, "You ought to think about coming out here to Washington State where they lived"?
Yes.
And how did Kai phrase that, if you remember?
He said, "Oh, you're a senior in high school now. You're entering your senior year. You're looking at colleges. Wouldn't it be so cool if you looked at colleges in Washington? Like, wouldn't it be so cool if you like looked at colleges near me, so we can hang out and not worry about your parents or anybody finding out?"
The scary part is that Adam almost got out. Adam almost went out to Washington State. Adam applied to colleges there and wanted to go to a college in Washington State so that Adam could be near Onision and Kai. That is scary. That is fucking scary. And during this entire time, manipulation did not stop. Kai would use intimate information given to Kai against Adam. Kai would use a dysphoria against Adam. And one example that Adam gives is how Kai would use his medical condition against him. So Adam has this disease called alopecia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which means that Adam has trouble growing hair. And this is how Kai treated Adam.
And how were you repaid for this, for sharing this information, the most intimate details of your life?
sometimes when it came to my disorder, which I don't keep a secret now, but back then I didn't tell people I wore wigs because I have alopecia, which means it's hard to grow hair.
Right. Alopecia, for anybody who doesn't know in the audience, is a medical condition. I've known people with it. I've done stories in relation to it over the years. You just, for whatever combination of reasons, your body doesn't grow hair. And it can happen overnight. It can be related to a neurological disorder. It can be a lot of different things. And it's tough for somebody of that age to deal with. And you told Kai about this.
Yes. And I kept it a secret because I was ashamed at this time that I wore wigs.
I know this is hard. Take your time.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It's a lot to deal with.
He told his fan base, and he kind of
wait. So you shared this information with Kai, and Kai told the fan base?
At first, he did it as like an accident. Like when I first appeared in one of his videos, he said, "Oh, I love your wig." When I told him, "Please don't say it's a wig," I'm very sensitive about that. He still said, "Oh, I love your wig." He's like, "Is that a wig?" "Oh, I don't know. It's so vivid and white." And like I quickly defended myself. I was like, "No, that's not a wig. That's my actual hair and stuff." And then he continued to like tell people that, and his fan base was like, "Why don't you just admit you wore a wig?" And I'm like, being 17 and being bald, it's like hard because you're very insecure about your like looks.
I mean, that's one of the most vulnerable ages of adolescence with something like that.
I'm like, being bullied in real life over it, it's like I turned to the internet as like a support. Like people couldn't judge you as much if they didn't know what happened. Sorry.
It's all right. Take your time.
So yeah.
How did Kai react when you said, "Hey, don't tell people that. This is something I've had a difficult time coping with, something I really don't need other people to know. And you've put this out there in a very public forum." This is, their fan base, which is a big, big, big group of people.
The first time he apologized the first time. He's like, "Don't worry, it'll blow over soon. Don't worry.
It'll blow over soon." One of the deepest, most intimate details of your life, and Kai says it'll blow over soon, just like that. Like, you wore mismatching shoes or something.
Yeah.
And this is how Kai used that intimate information about a minor having alopecia against him. Being fucking 17-year-old and being bald, that's hard. That must be fucking hard. And Kai told the entire fucking internet. Kai told the entire internet when Kai knew that this was something that made Adam feel uncomfortable. But Kai didn't care. There were so many times that Adam would get attacked by Kai's fan base and Kai would do nothing. Kai was like, oh, it will go away. It will go away on its own. And it's important to note as well that it's always Kai. Adam was never interested in Onision. Adam was interested in Kai. Billy was never interested in Onision. Billy was interested in Kai. It's Kai who's the fucking bait for all of this stuff. And it makes me think, if Kai wasn't in the picture, then Onision wouldn't have access to these young girls. Because even though Adam was young, he knew that Onision was an old man. He was 30 years old. And intuitively, Adam knew that Onision, no. But Kai appears to be younger than Onision. And Kai is the bait for all of this. Which is very sad to think about because Kai was a victim of Onision as well. And now Kai is the one who's acting as a bait. In the end, Adam did not went out to Washington State. Adam didn't had any contact with Onision or Kai other than just online communication. So that is good. That is very good. And this is how Adam stopped all communication with Kai and Onision.
So, what is it that finally made you say, Adam, I'm done. This is enough. I just can't do this anymore.
When he just stopped messaging me back. Like the first time I got ghosted, it took a while for him to message me back. And when he did message me back, I kind of went through this like cycle where I was mad at him. And then when he messaged me back, explaining himself, I was like, oh, I can't be mad at you no more. And then finally, I think after the 6th, 7th time being ghosted, I just looked in the mirror and I was just like, you know what? I don't need this. I have friends who love me and I have people who love and respect me.
Yeah, good for him. Adam got out. That's good. I'm afraid that Onision is, even right now, that he's grooming more young people. There are still fans of Onision who still believe him. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, goddamn. Vincent later tweeted this out. To clarify, Kai allegedly mailed Adam a promise ring. Adam showed us the receipts. Adam was 17 years of age at the time when he and Kai were planning to meet for a blank. So literally, Adam was a minor when Kai and Adam were planning to blank. So Kai is not fucking innocent in this one. Kai is not fucking innocent. Kai might have been a victim before, but now not anymore. And all of these stories of these young, vulnerable people are at the same time. It's like they just have an endless supply of vulnerable people. And they have this because of fucking YouTube. This is so manipulative and so abusive. Oh my god. The only way that Onision cannot have access to these young, vulnerable people is if his platforms are taken away from him. And I think that will only happen if Onision gets into legal trouble. Here's the thing. They take down videos. They take down channels left and right. But when it comes to important stuff, when it comes to things that actually matter, they don't. This is actually what Chris Hansen says about YouTube at the end of his live stream.
In terms of YouTube, reached out again to Susan Wojcicki's, the CEO's media department. Again, let's remember it is a holiday week. Still no commitment to do an interview. I see that she has been out doing other interviews, and it appears that when they do these interviews, they try to pick a safe environment, maybe a content creator or a forum in which they're not going to get a lot of difficult questions. And I want them to know, if they're listening tonight, that, I will create a very fair and open environment in which they can speak. And I would like to have them come on and talk about overall strategy to keep people safe from those who prey on others on YouTube.
Yep. Susan Wojcicki would only talk to people who she knew would not ask tough questions or would be satisfied with bullshit answers. And Chris Hansen, no, that's not happening with Chris Hansen at all. Because, they have to preserve their public image, that's more important than lives. Yeah. Anyways, that's all that I have for this video. Oh yeah, by the way, the FBI investigation is still going on. It's holiday season, so it might take time, but it's going on. Like this video if you liked it. Comment your thoughts down below about what do you think about Adam's story. Subscribe for more content. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day today. And goodbye.